What are we doing?
We're sending a message in our bottle.
Yes, we had planned to let it go over the equator out of interest, but sadly we passed the equator in the middle of the night, so that wasn't such a good idea. So we've written the message on
one of the pamphlets we received in Ascension, where they celebrated the Queen's Jubilee.
Platinum Jubilee.
Platinum Jubilee. So the message is inside here in a very nice little piece of paper, and we're going to put it in our Belgravian Pinction empty bottle. Then we're going to toss it into the ocean.
See if anybody ever finds it.
So that's our message in a bottle, which I'm going to toss overboard. 1, 2, 3!
Okay guys, at long last we've got something that resembles good news. I think it was on Thursday I went in the generator bay and I fiddled with all the connections, and then we tried to start it. It did turn over, but very sluggishly, and we put that down to the battery being a little on the flat side, so we decided we would charge it up. Unfortunately, the weather has been unsuitable for charging. The battery lead has to go out through the window there and then into the battery compartment, which is outside, and the amount of water that was coming over the front, I did not want to uncover the battery any more than I needed to, or the generator for that matter. So it was only this morning when the weather improved, and I put it on charge, and as you can see, the generator is running, it's producing power, and it's charging the batteries. So all is good, and we're even making water. So fabuloso. It's going to take a while to get the batteries up from the 40-something% that we're at, but nonetheless it's going the right way, and we're getting a bit of solar as well, which is nice. I did go up and clean the solar panels earlier, give them a wash, get that Saharan sand off them, and hopefully when we get 3 of the panels at least in the sun this afternoon, we'll produce some reasonable electricity. Anyway, cause for celebration. I'm going to go.
Hi guys, today is Saturday, the 18th of June, and we're having a bit of a slow sail as we're passing direction Sierra Leone. No sun today, but quite pleasant. John is actually tempting the water. Oh yes, he has to get into the water all around the world. He loves the water. Oh, especially John Waterbank. He's in there. What's the temperature like, Warner?
Lovely.
Oh, Captain's having a good time. All good?
Yeah, all good.
Water looks lovely. Temperature approximately?
Oh, 27, 28.
The temperature of the water?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
That's up there, maybe a bit less, 26. It's certainly not cold.
Certainly not cold. Eat your heart out, my family and friends in Cape Town. In Camps Bay.
That's nice.
And South Bay. Yes. Well,
So, Commodore, tell me what's happening.
It's Sunday morning,
And
you insisted on putting your rolly tasker out, which gives me a heartburn.
well, I had to do it at some stage. We've got him up now. Not necessarily the best way we've ever had him up, but it was quite a mission to get him up because he was so badly twisted from the previous encounter. But we've got him up. He's feeling reasonably well, and when he does collapse a bit, he refills himself reasonably well, he says. I've only got one tack line on. I normally have two, and I normally have it a bit lower than that, but I've got it a bit high, as I say, a bit high. Anyway, he's up, and we're going to have a cup of tea. Well, guys, that is the picture. The picture of the day, the picture of the month. So Rolly's up and flying. I'm tempting him because I'm right downwind. This is not ideal. And there is a danger of him being backed on this port side. That's a bit of an experiment, see how far downwind we can take him. All going well. Not only that, the sun has come out, so we should be making some solar. I haven't checked yet. The Commodore is busy defrosting the fridge freezer again. We're getting to the stage now where we can just about put all of the stuff in the other fridge freezers, and then we'll switch that damn thing off and not do it again for a long time at least. The wind is somewhat stronger than I've been expecting. We've got a solid sort of 15 knots, 10 to 15. I was expecting 10 at the best. But yeah, we had a squall go through earlier, took the wind above 18 knots, which was a bit of a shock, but Mr. Rolly did very well. No complaints from him.
Good morning, everybody. Here we are on Not So Bad, and guess what I've just discovered on my shift? Watch this. Watch this, guys. Watch this, guys. Flat calm, and I found all my friends. Look at them. My friends keeping me busy in this flat, calm, beautiful morning. I have some company. I think they like the lights. So it's about 6 o'clock in the morning. Today, I think it's Tuesday or Wednesday. I know it's the 21st of October. And I have a lot of friends keeping me entertained. Look at that. Look at that. My Dolphin friends have come to say good morning. Yes. Yes, they're coming to greet me this morning. Because the sea is so calm, I've observed them very quickly because there's not a movement, there's not a wave. It's like glass, and they're just coming to say good morning. Yes, good morning, guys. Yes, beautiful, beautiful. Doing a fabulous morning gym there. Yes, yes, here we go. Gentlemen, ladies, friends, come a long way, but this is phenomenal.
Hi guys, it's still Tuesday. I think I said it was Monday earlier on, but anyway, it's Tuesday, and It's been a beautiful day sailing, if a little on the slow side. But at long last, the wind has picked up a little bit, not a lot, a little bit. And it's allowing us to sail in the direction that we want to go. As you can see, it's a bit like Piccadilly Circus here in the rush hour. But we've got about 7 knots and we're managing about 4.5 knots. We can manage as much because basically there are no waves. So we're not banging into waves and emptying the sails. So there we go. It's a beautiful, beautiful day to sail on the Atlantic Ocean. Good evening, Commodore. What a lovely dinner you've cooked for us again. I'm looking forward to this. We had a pretty good day, haven't we?
Yes, we have a very nice day today. I started with a nice, beautiful show at 6 a.m. but I'm going to leave that for the video. Currently, beautiful weather. It was very calm, like a glass plate. We were just lolling along.
Very slowly, but
very, very slowly. 1.5, 2 knots, 2.5, 3 knots, but it was fine because I had to do the washing, I had to clean, I had to do many chores, so the waves gave me an opportunity to walk steadily on the boat and do my homework, you know. And we're celebrating something, right, baby?
oh yes, what are we celebrating?
Oh, that's the details.
Later tonight, we will pass 10,000 miles sailed since we left Phuket.
That's from October 2021.
27th of October, yeah.
27th of October 2021. And just to remind you, I did a little video this morning and I said today is the 21st of October. I'm sorry guys, it should be the 21st of June. So forgive me. When you're on vacation, you have no clue of the day, time, hour.
Or the month.
Or the month.
What a difference a couple of hours can make. We were plodding along in the sunshine just 3-4 hours ago, and now we're flying along. The wind is now 16 knots, and we're doing 7 or so, 8. But what I wanted to say is that when this number here, 1873, gets to 1874, Sandra and I will have sailed 10,000 miles since we left Phuket on the 27th of October 2021 last year. And there it is, 1874. Time for a toast. 10,000 miles. I can hardly believe it myself. Wow.
Good morning everybody. Today is Friday the 24th of June and this is what the ocean looks like. And we're going to try and put the sails up because we've had quite a few to go up and prepare for the sails to go up, so he's just going to go and sort it out. Weather is quite complicated, so he's a brave man, a really brave man, and we'll see how it goes. He's tying himself, securing himself up there.
feel. But it's worth the effort just to feel absolutely secure. There was no way I could fall off there. Oh, good morning again, guys. It's still Friday, the 24th, I think, of June. And we're sailing, as you can see. We've got the main up with 3 reefs in it, and we've got the Jenny up with a reef in that bit. You can see the second reef line, the red line down at the base of the thing. Nearly 2 reefs in the Jenny. So we're well reefed up. We've got wind 20 to 25 knots. And here, and you can see that, this horse does this, doesn't it? 20 to 25 knots anyway. We're still surrounded by ships, but none of them terribly close. That's one a few minutes ago. He was about 4.5 miles away. We saw him reasonably clearly. I've just come off the wind a little bit to 55 degrees in an attempt to stop slamming quite so hard into these waves. It's a compromise. When we slam into the waves, we'll lose a lot of speed. But as you see, if we get half a chance, we'll do 7 or 8 knots. We're not banging into the waves, even with all this reefing in. So my sort of calculation is that it's probably worth having that extra couple of knots so we can avoid banging into the waves quite as much as we were previously. But to be honest, it's not really about speed, it's really about comfort. The banging and thumping is really quite, it's nerve-wracking, but it's also sort of nerve jangling, you know, and waiting for the next one sort of thing. And sometimes they're really bad, sometimes you just glide over the top of them like that and it's no problem. My calculation sort of that if we bore away just a little bit, we might catch those more on the bleed like we did those 2 there, and then we'll be less banging.
Good afternoon. This is Friday, the 24th of June, and we're having quite a rocky day today. This just gives you an idea of what we're experiencing. These are the high waves which actually look like they're coming straight through the boat. And this is what's happening at the moment. Quite a rough day. It's been a nail-biting experience. But yes, this is the way it is. This is the way it is. It hasn't always been like this, but we've had a little bit of everything. We've got an Italian boat on the far end, just crossing us from behind. We've tried to call him on the radio. Oh yeah. Guys, this is what's going on this ocean at the moment.
Normally, in these conditions, or in any conditions really, I sail on the wind vane mode so that we don't have to fiddle about with the sails, everything's good and all the rest of it. But the wind has been whizzing around quite a bit, about 20 degrees or so. And when it does that, the yacht chases it on the wind vane mode. And the result of that is we sometimes hit these waves really, really hard, or fall off the back of it really, really hard. So what I've done is I've changed to a heading mode, and I've adjusted the heading to try and hit the waves at a sensible angle, well, use a sensible angle, and it's a trial and error thing. So I want to hit them at about 30 degrees, I think. Every now and again we get one slapping into the side, and we get quite a lot of water in the cockpit, which you don't normally get, coming through the gaps, the various gaps underneath. Don't give you any protection, but you can't have everything. The other thing we've done is we've reduced the sail a couple of times. We had about, initially we had everything but one reef, 1.5 reefs out in the Genoa, and we've slowly, incrementally reduced that to try and slow us down. We were doing sort of 8 knots at one stage, and that just means that when you do hit a wave, you hit it really hard. So, in the interest of comfort and the Commodore's sanity, we've reduced the sail quite a bit, and we're still talking along. If we don't hit a wave for a while, it will still do 7+ knots. So it's fast enough, really, more than fast enough. We don't want to strain the rigging if it goes 7 knots. Good afternoon, guys. It's Saturday the 25th of June, and we're just coming to the early evening. I'm pleased to say that things are a little bit better. We've had a bit of a torrid time of it over the last, whatever it is, 3 or 4 days, trying to make our way up the coast of West Africa, and it's been pretty rough indeed. We've had gallons of water coming all over the boat, we've got leaks everywhere, and it's been all in all pretty unpleasant. And we decided we'd head out into the Atlantic, where the forecast suggested that there were slightly better winds, less wind, and as a result there would be less waves, and we could have a more comfortable time and try and make our way towards the Canary Isles. This morning I decided we had to let out more of the Jenny, which out Jenny, and if you look out in front you can see we've got it all out, apart from basically it's almost 2 reefs. The idea was to protect the luff of the head where it's parting. We could probably get it let another turn or 2 out, but that's the way I always assume it's going to slip a bit, so I stopped a bit early. And then at lunchtime we let out the 3rd reef, and we're now running out of 2 reefs. And as you can see, it's not too bad at all. We're not doing much snapping. We're headed up into the wind a little bit more. I'd like to go a bit closer, but the autopilot can't really cope. Not with these waves. We don't hit too many, but when we do, it just stops. And the autopilot doesn't seem to have a clue what to do. But all in all, it's a lot more comfortable than it was over the last few days or so. Good morning, guys. It is Sunday morning, 10 o'clock or so, and the good news is we're able to track pretty much due north. Right here. It's gone just east and north there, but in truth most of the time it's between 350 and due north, which is a pretty good result. The downside is that we're now even more into the waves and we're taking a bit of a pounding at times, which is really a bit bone jarring and beating into wind. I'm convinced that there's a sort of ideal speed for crossing these waves, and just finding out what it is the trick. It's like cobblestones on cattle grids. There's always a speed to drive over them. If you go too slow it goes bump, 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 bump. If you go too fast it shakes your teeth out. So trying to find that optimum speed, and also to make sure that we can continue at a reasonable pace. 6 knots is alright, 7 is even better, and we're at 45 to the wind, so we're still hitting these waves quite hard and it's still knocking quite a bit off us, but at least we're still going in the right direction pretty much. So it's Sunday afternoon, 5 o'clock, 5:10, and we're barely flying along, but I think we need to think about dropping a reef into the main. At least just for comfort's sake, we're hitting these waves pretty hard, and it's okay when we don't hit them, but when we do hit them, it's pretty uncomfortable, and it slows us down as well. And I can't help thinking that it would be better if we just went a little bit slower and get a little bit more comfort. We're tracking even further south than we were originally. Originally we were just about holding east, now we're certainly not. We're 100 to 110 at least. Well, good evening Commodore, and cheers. It is the cocktail hour.
Cheers to life.
To life. And what are we celebrating tonight in particular, apart from life?
Well, you know, sadly we're celebrating the firing of the Vertigo.
Victory Frigo.
Frigo, because it's been so problematic. So nothing in there anymore, no freezer headache, no
Switched off.
no wash cleaning after every 2 or 3 days with big times. So life is going to be slightly easier.
And we've had a pretty good day on the sailing front, haven't we? We're able to
what's going on up there.
We're able to to sail in a good direction this morning, and then this afternoon we tacked, and we have started the motor for three reasons. One, to allow us to point even further to the north, and one to recharge the batteries, and one to heat the water so that we can have a shower.
And we're going to have a nice hot shower tonight.
Yes, we are. Cheers, everybody. Hi guys, it's Wednesday the 29th of June, and we've been motoring all day, and indeed all day yesterday. Those who have sharp eyes will see that the cage around the drum plank of the curve is no longer round. It's separated. The two parts of the left bit of green, the light green bit at the bottom, and the black bit where the rope goes around, have parted company. So we managed to get the Genoa furled, but we cannot sail. The mainsail, unfortunately, is no use going into wind. If we use it on its own, it just overpowers the rudders. And as a result, we're moving towards El Hierro, which is the closest of the Canary Islands. And we're hoping to get some fuel there, because we are rather fuel dependent on this. Because we're going straight into wind and straight into the waves, we're making very slow progress and burning through the fuel as a result. I think we've got enough fuel to get there, time will tell, but it's going to be very tight. And we'll get some fuel there, have a rest, and then head on to Gran Canaria, where we can hopefully get some repairs. To add to our woes, the autopilot has started getting up the nose. It's been making some terrible noises for a while, but now we woke up this morning to a message saying that it had gone into standby, dropped off line, if you like, and that is happening increasingly irregularly, which means somebody has to sit at a helm station and take control whenever the autopilot loses things. Good morning, guys. It's Thursday the 30th of June, about 9:30 in the morning GMT, and we reached a critical stage. The autopilot died in the night. Sam and I hand steered all the way through the night. Level fuel, well, we're down to a quarter in that tank. The starboard one is just above the low fuel warning position on the left hand side. So I'm just hoping that the fuel in the bottom of the tank is usable, because the last thing we need is a blocked injector. Anyway, that's where we are today, guys. Hopefully we'll make it to El Hierro in the night.